In Ephesians chapter 5, verses 22 and verse 23, we know this passage, we've heard this passage, but it says in verse 22, "Wives, submit to your husbands as to the Lord, for the husband is head of the wife, even as Christ is head of the church, his body, and is himself its Savior. Now the church submits to Christ, so also wives should submit to their husbands, in everything to their husbands." But then I want you to go to verse 25. I don't want to leave out the others. I just put that up there for a key. But verse 25, "Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her, that he might sanctify her, having cleansed her by the washing of water with the word, so that he may present the church to himself in splendor, without spot or wrinkle or any such thing, that she might be holy and without blemish. In the same way, husbands should love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself." Now, when we get to this, the question comes up in just this discussion, and I want to remove a couple things for a moment. I want to remove the word love, and I want to remove the word respect. And I want to ask you if that changes the tenor of that verse. It does, doesn't it? It just doesn't say obey and do. It says love and respect. Those are physical words, mental words, emotional words, and even spiritual words, because notice the tie to it. The tie to the wife respecting her husband and the husbands loving their wives is tied to Christ and the church. I would bet, and I'm not a betting man, but I'll bet that I could tell you your views on the church if you tell me your views on marriage. Think about that. I bet that I could tell you your actions in the church when I see your actions on marriage. And the reason I say that is look how the two are tied together. It says this, "Wives, submit to your own husbands as to the Lord, for the husband is head of the wife." Now notice, even as Christ is head of the church. Verse 24, "Now the church submits to Christ, and wives should submit to their husbands in everything." 25, "Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her."